Juan of Wealth Space Financial Services in Delano, California. See more better with freeprescriptionlenses.com. But call me Mo Better, because I'm going to have you seeing Mo Better, looking Mo Better, and all the while showing you how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses when I cut transitions. Signature 7 gray lenses with Crizal Avance for your Versace 3211. Of course, all Versace's come with the Italian leather hard case, a Versace cleaning cloth. They also come with a plastic sleeve on the left temple, but this is the model number 3211, color GB1. Let me put that on there. Where's my flashlight? I got it around here somewhere. There it is. Oh, look, I'm coming to pieces. Coming apart now. The Versace 3211, color GB1 in the 55 eye size. It has the Greco Versace emblem on both temples, the classic shiny black with the gold. It's a good staple. If you got one frame, this is a good one to have. There's many good ones to have, but this one, again, the Versace 3211, classic styling. And let me begin. I'm going to pop out the original demo lenses, one of which says Versace. Of course, you're going to get all of that back. I'm going to put your frame into the tracing element of my blocker. Oh, come on, stand upright, stand upright. There we go. Program this shape into the computer so years from now, should you ever need new lenses, I can send them right to your home. You are Secret Agent 1641. And go ahead and hit this green arrow at your start. The little stylus is going to pop up and go around and trace the inside bevel of the right side of the frame before doing the same thing on the left. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed in quality. You buy a genuine, authentic Versace frame and you'll receive one free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses. My receipt has my federal ID tax number, so if you have vision insurance or health savings account flex dollars, you will get reimbursed for this purchase. Now that is the shape that I'll be cutting. Let's move on to the next screen. I need to enter the pupillary distance, and I actually need to do nothing. Your pupillary distance for the right eye is 32.5. It starts there. I do want to raise the optical center height up to 21. Let me write that on there, the height that I'm cutting that at. And let's go ahead and get your lenses prepped. I probably need to put some ink in here. Let's do that. Come on, ink. Now Juan is with Wealth Space. I don't want to say it wrong. Wealth Space. He specializes in retirement planning and asset protection. And as the older we get, the more you need that. The sooner you can start. My wife started saving for retirement when she was 17 years old at her very first job. And I couldn't believe it when I heard that, because it was like the tortoise and the hare. And she was the tortoise, I was the hare. But I told a friend of mine, who invests for retirement at 17? And my friend said, someone who understands the principle of compound interest. And I couldn't argue with that. So, and my wife, much smarter than me, best investment she ever made was with me. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. So, this is your lens. It is the Essilor brand Transition Signature 7. The right lens power is -3. Again, airwear, well, we'll cover that. Comes with a little laminate on the front of the lens to protect the lens so nothing rubs on it during shipping. Put this in here. We're actually going to come down here, put the power. Let's make sure everything's on 0. Come on, 0. There we go. Put the power drum on -3. Put the lens in it, and I only have to find the optical center of the lens because your lens is completely spherical. It does not matter which way it is rotated onto the platform. I'm still going to mark this one R for right. And let's do my routine. This is a -3 power. And again, these are the Airwear Transition 7 gray lenses with Crizal Avance. And this is the right lens. The reason why I write this on here is that so when you get these in the mail, you've seen me write on here, you know that you're going to get the authentic lenses. Again, your left eye, -3, -50 at 180. Let's go ahead and put the right lens up there. Turn the axis wheel to 180, which will be played by 0. The straight line is 0 to 180. Let's bring that a little closer. -3, -50, -3, -50 at 180. Power drum stays on -3. Take the lens out of the protective sleeve. Take the laminate off the front of the lens. Put the lens in. Now this time I do have to rotate it to find the spherical component first of your prescription. I'm going to check your astigmatism correction later. Put 3 dots on your lenses, and this is the left lens. Now, again, highlight the power, -3, -50. Transition Signature 7 gray lenses with the Crizal Avance. And this is the left lens. And if you guys have missed any of that, say it with me. Let me recap. Oh, that joke gets funnier and funnier every time I tell it. So, this is a block, or as I like to call it, Jenny from the block. I don't know why, I just call them that. So, I do a lot of things I don't know why, but but I digress. But I need 2 double-sided adhesive stickers, of which I need to attach to this, to attach to your lens. So I'm going to pull them away. The black side is the sticky side. We're going to put the sticker onto the first block. Do the same thing now for the second one. On the back is a silver button that is a magnet. It's going to do its job twice. The first time it's going to attach itself to another magnet here in the arm. But first let me pull the paper away to make the black side sticky. Line up the magnet and even though these are spherical lenses, meaning it has the same power all over, out of habit I always line it up where those 3 dots are at. The blue cross is the geometric center of your frame. Your eye is just above that in inset. I always like to see that the lens is large enough, and it is. And hit that button. The arm's going to come down, place the block onto the right lens. We're going to do the same thing now for the lens that ain't right. Just like me, I ain't right either. Put that on there. Now I really have to pay attention and... Oh, first let's do the pupillary distance, talking about paying attention. Raise that up to 33, same optical center height, but I do want to pay attention that these 3 dots are lined up exactly where they're supposed to be. Even though I did it routinely on the last lens, this is the real deal, the real McCoy. Hit that button, the arm comes down, places the lens block onto the left lens. Now this is the edger. This is what's going to do all the work while I run my mouth. It costs $40,000. I thought that was a good investment. It weighs 200 pounds, just like me. And I tell everyone to go out, buy their own, put it on your kitchen counter, and then you can cut your own lenses at home. You won't need this guy with the 2 thumbs and bad jokes to cut them for you. Let me recap. You won't need this guy to do it for you. But, okay, so the actual cutting wheel is this diamond crusted wheel that's going to act like a heavy grit sandpaper to grind away your lens material from this size down to this size. The wheel in the center, that channel, that little valley, that's what's going to put the V-shaped bevel onto the lens so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. I want to wake up the computer. You are Secret Agent 1641. 1641, that is the shape that I'll be cutting. These are polycarbonate lenses. If they were plastic, high index plastic or Trivex, I would select that. I'm not going to polish the edge of the lens because it's not going to be seen in this frame. And I'm not going to put a safety bevel on the front convex surface of the lens, but I will put one on the rear concave surface of the lens. And that concludes your vocabulary lesson of the day. You may turn the page. Ding! But press that on there firmly. Now the magnet's going to attach itself for the second. The magnet's going to do a job a second time as it attaches to another magnet there in the chuck. Or by now, you know I like to call it the Charles, because I just don't know this machine well enough to call it Chuck. Hit the green arrow, which is started in every language. The door closes, the clamp shuts. The lens is going to be traced by 2 white styluses, making sure that it's large enough to fit into the frame. And you can see as it's going around tracing the shape of the right lens. Then the old carpenter saying, measure twice, cut once. It's measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing, of which with your prescription in this frame will be minimal. Now behind this dirty door that I should have cleaned, you will see the lens drop down onto the cutting wheel. The light you see flickering in the background is water. That's there to catch the optical sawdust as the lens grinds away. Polycarbonate lenses cut dry, where plastic, high-index plastic, and Trivex lenses cut wet. Meaning, the water sprays onto the lens for the duration of the cutting cycle for those materials. Polycarbonate cuts dry. Now, water will spray onto the lens only for the last 20 seconds to wash away any optical debris that you may see beginning to form. But your lenses are made out of polycarbonate, which is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. They're virtually unbreakable. These are high-impact ballistics grade lenses. It is the same lens material that our soldiers wear overseas in combat zones to protect their eyes from shrapnel and from flying debris. It also has 100% UVA and UVB protection built into the lens. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin, where your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin. So you have permanent sunscreen for your eyes, unlike the lotions, creams, and sprays that need to be reapplied every couple hours when you're in direct exposure to the sun there in Delano, California. Now, as I mentioned, your lenses are made out of polycarbonate. Essilor calls polycarbonate airwear because they feel it's as light as air. These are the Transitions TR, Roman numerals V11 for 7, GY for gray, and of course Crizal Avance UV. And of course, you don't have to worry about the abbreviations up here. It says the Transition Signature 7 gray lenses. Now, what's unique about these lenses being mass produced, they make a whole bunch of right lenses, well, this power lens, and they make a whole bunch of this power. I couldn't help but notice the packets were a different size. This one's a little shorter and squattier. This one is a little skinnier and taller. That's mass production for him. The colors are a little brighter. The yellow's on here. The blue's a little lighter. It's a little funny how mass production gets done. But still the same lens. You don't have to worry about that. Just different paper packets. Speaking of paper packets, you need to let Juan hook you up with some wealth space. The man knows his thing with retirement planning and asset protection. You guys want to see my retirement plan? I am now designing my own frames. I'm taking crosses and drilling holes in them, and I'm attaching them to frames. I can do this frame in 4 colors. I was sitting in church during Easter, and they had a big wooden cross up there, and it was the same color as this frame, and it made me think about this frame, so I decided I'm going to come home, drill a hole in this frame, attach the cross to it that I have. And of course it comes in brown, blue, red, and purple. But I was only going to do it in the brown. Then I thought, you know what, why not offer it in all the colors I can get this frame in? Everyone might not like brown. And I'm going to paint these red, the stigmata where the spikes would have gone through the wrist. And I'm going to put one at the bottom as well. These are available on my website under the brand I316, EYE316. It's about the same size as the Ray-Ban 5228 if you want to go try one of those on. And in the next video, I'll tell you what my political affiliations are now that I've told you my religious ones. The 2 things never to bring up in conversation, religion and politics. And my wife's weight. No, wait, is that? I don't think that's ever been said, but that you shouldn't bring it up. I think it's just a good idea anyway. But she's not here, so I'm going to tell you. It's more than we got married. But this weekend, if anyone wants to join me in Maine, we're going to Acadia National Park to do some hiking. So we're all going to weigh less when we come back. But I've got the lens out. We're going to tuck it in at the outside corner. Press down. It snaps right in. Let's go ahead and start cutting the left lens. We're going to flip that over to L. Place the magnet into the Chuck, the Charles, the Chucky baby, the Chuckarama, or as I like to call it, the Juan. The green arrow would just start. The door closes just like before. The clamp shuts. The lens is going to be traced by 2 off-white, somewhat dirty white styluses, making sure the lens is large enough, and you can see as this going around tracing the shape of the left side of the frame. And just like before, measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly precisely where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing. Juan, look at that. You got none. You see that? You got nothing. No edge thickness whatsoever. That's why I use the polycarbonate lenses. Of course, this is a good frame to help hide that, the thickness of the plastic. I can go ahead and take this block off, use my hand-approved drying method, throw that back in there, pull my sticker away, add it back to my sticker collection. Come back down here to the lensometer, check the power. I'm getting -3 sphere. Look, I got to do nothing there. Where's my flashlight? I've got a smaller flashlight, I just can't find it. So there we are, that's a -3. That's because the unit of measurement we use in the optical world is called a diopter, spelled D-I-O-P-T-E-R, and it goes in quarter increments. Starting at 0, which we in the industry call plano, it goes up in quarter increments, 0.25, 0.50, 0.75. So you're on the 12th rung of a ladder. You need 3 diopters of far-sighted correction. You are nearsighted. you can see up close, you can see near like nobody's business with your glasses off. But beyond arm's reach, everything gets blurry. And actually everything looks larger than it really is. So that's why your lenses have a minus sign. They will minify down to the correct size. Now you have no astigmatism correction in your right eye. Same amount of power correction in your left, but you do have 2 steps of astigmatism correction in your left eye. Uncorrected astigmatism makes 6s and 8s look alike, or the letters P and F. So that's the fine tune knob, and we're going to turn that fine tune knob to 180. A straight line is 0 to 90 to 180. We're going to turn that fine tune knob, actually we can stay at 0 or go all the way to 180. This is the same power. This is the same power. This is the same power. This ain't. This ain't. You got that? Okay, so if you were to want the Versace 3211 frame that Juan is wearing, and he's going to make it look good too, by the way. Everyone follow him on Instagram to see how good he looks in this frame. Of course, he looks good anyway. It's great to be young and in shape. But this frame sells for $245. The Transitions Gray adds $69.99. The Crizal Avance adds $99.99 for a total of $14.98 if you want to be just like Juan. And let me write down the GB1, the classic black and gold. So the Crizal Anti-Glare is 3 features in one. It reduces glare when driving at night, particularly driving at night in the rain, from oncoming lights and stuff, but also from overhead lights, street lights, stop lights, computer screens, fluorescent lights. It also goes by the initials ARC, which stands for anti-reflective coating, so it reduces reflections. So when someone's looking at you, they're less likely to see their reflection in your glasses, so it makes for much better eye contact while Juan is meeting with clients. But also, if you were to take selfies or someone takes a picture with a flash, you're less likely to see the flash or the camera, your phone, excuse me, while you're taking selfies. Now the third feature that I like, which is the practical side, it comes with the industry's hardest scratch coating, because the machine that applies the coating, hang on one second, I want to open this door with my mind. You like that? I can do other things with my mind. I can melt ice with my mind. I can. I just got to stare at it for a few hours to get it to melt, but I can do it. So I can do it much better in the summer than I can in the winter. I just don't know why. I haven't figured that out yet. So I want to run my thumbnail around to get the rest of the optical sawdust off. But as I was saying, the Crizal Anti-Glare coating is actually 8 different coatings vaporized onto your lens, and they have to actually take the lens out of the machine, clean it in an acid bath, dry it. And because of the time and the expense of doing that 8 times, they put the industry's hardest scratch coating on there, protect your time and investment. So I'm going to pull the sticker away, use the back of my hand drying method, throw that back in there, add this to my sticker collection. We're going to come down here to the lensometer, turn the fine tune knob to where it's at, because I never had to move it. 0 and 180 are the same number. Put it in over that black dot. I don't even have to move the wheel because I'm still at -3. -3. Now I have to turn the wheel to check for your astigmatism correction. The second curve, you have one curve on your eye this way, which is -3. You have a sharper curve this way, which is another 2 steps. And again, it's how we line those 2 curves up to make everything nice and crisp. We can check the power of the second one, and we're at -350, exactly halfway between 3 and 4. How did we get there? If someone had borrowed $3 from you and then they borrowed another 50 cents, they would owe you $3.50. $3.50 in the red. So pull that out. Your PD is 32.5 for the right, 33 for the left, for a combined total of 65.5. I'm going to turn the card around on my PD to measure your PD against my thumb on your right lens. And then we hold it up to the left lens. We're getting 65.5. Check the optical center height of 21 in the middle of that blur. Oh yeah, we're good. Look at the bottom of the middle of the frame at the bottom. We're getting 21 millimeters. So this is the point in every video that as I clean your lenses, I mention that this purchase is tax-free, which is new. Well, it's always been that way, but a lot of people on the internet have to charge tax now. I don't, because I am in North Carolina. North Carolina considers glasses a medical device, and they are tax exempt. So that's more money that goes into your pocket that you can invest with Juan. And if you were to buy glasses anywhere else, the total 414.98 times 8% sales tax in my state would add another $33.19, probably $33.20 if you round up. You don't have to pay that when you're buying from me. Again, go and invest that money. So, but not only is it tax-free, but includes free shipping anywhere in the U.S. and Delano, California is still in the U.S. But when you get these in the mail, there's a small chance that these could fit too loose or too tight. However, there's an 80% chance that one side is going to sit higher than the other. That's because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other. And I'm part of that 80%, and I'll show you in just a moment. But because of that statistic, 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. But I'm going to get these in standard alignment first, also known as a 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. I set them on the counter and press down. Oh, look, hey, there is actually a little bit of wobble. Let me see. Let me go ahead and adjust for that. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that these are level. Now when you press down, there is no wobble. Now when I say wobble, I'm part of that 80%. When I take mine off, just like his did a moment ago, they wobble on the counter, but they sit level on me. For those of you keeping score at home, I'm wearing the Versace 3245 color. What color is this? 5237, I'm guessing. And my guess would be right. Of course, this also comes in the GB1, the black with the gold temples, or a tortoise with a gunmetal. But this is the blue tortoise with the shiny platinum. This goes with my my platinum highlights that I got growing, coming in above my ears. Of course, I have the little Versace emblem there, the Medusa. This is the Greco emblem. Versace has 2 emblems. You will see that in a lot of Greek art. If you're ever fortunate enough to go to Greece, you will see this pattern in a lot of artwork, a lot of tapestry on tablecloths, molding going around the walls, border trim, whatever it's called. But I'm going to flip this over, press down. There is no wobble. Close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly, and they do. That neither temple is askew, or else I would correct that. So this is what your lenses look like the first time. By the way, I send out a selfie request. Juan, I would love to have your picture with these in clear and one outside with your lovely bride that since I follow him on Instagram also. And I believe he married, I don't know what he did to get his wife to marry him, but he's punching above his weight class. He got a beautiful, beautiful woman to marry him. Yeah, of course, I did the same thing, but I resorted to extortion. I blackmailed her into marrying me. Juan, he's just a smart guy, and she knew the talent. She knew how talented he was, and said, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna build a family with him and spend the rest of my life with him." But send me a picture with them clear and one outside where they're dark. I also send out cleaning instructions, not only how to care for your frame and lenses, so they will last you for years, but for your Versace cleaning cloth, a premium microfiber cleaning cloth that I provide, and the Crizal cleaning cloth, so those 2 will last you for years. In fact, I field test every cleaning cloth before I ship it to make sure that it works. So when you get this in the mail and you see that wrinkle, you know that it works. You can't say that it doesn't. But this is the first time. This is what your lenses look like clear while you're inside. I'm going to go ahead and expose them to a strong burst of ultraviolet light. And as you can see, it takes about 30 to 45 seconds for transition lenses to darken. It takes a little bit longer when you come back inside, 45 seconds to a minute 15. Now this is important. Everyone pay attention. All transition lenses will get dark on day 1 and continue to darken for the first 2 weeks they're exposed to the sun. After that, they will work for years at maximum performance. The only time the transitions don't work is if you're behind the windshield of a car. Your windshield absorbs the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays that would cause your dashboard to crack from sitting in the sun all day, and that's why transitions don't turn dark in a car. Now if you have a convertible or a motorcycle, they will darken. They're also temperature sensitive, meaning they will get darker when it's 85 and below than they will when it's 95 and above. But I remind everyone, when it's 100 degrees outside, you're miserable, they're miserable. Nobody works 100% when it's 100 degrees outside. We all work better when it cools off just a little bit, and your glasses are no different, your lenses that is. So, if you've liked what you've seen, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can follow me on Facebook or Instagram at freeprescriptionlenses.com, or on Twitter as freerxlenses. You can, if you have any questions, you can email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com, or simply click the contact me button on the website. Or Juan actually reached out to me on Instagram. There's a few people who do ask me questions that way. Eventually I'm going to tell you to follow up on email, because that way I can keep track of everything better, and if you have to send me a picture of your prescription, I can blow it up a little bit better. But Juan of Wealth Space Financial Services in Delano, California, thank you for the purchase of the Versace 3211 color GB1 in the 55 eye size. Now remember, give Juan a chance. If anyone wants to make more money than they're making now. When I was a kid, my grandfather told me about investing. He said, if you want more dogs, you put dogs together. If you want more cats, you put cats together. If you want more money, you got to put money together. Now, Juan will take care of you for all your retirement planning needs and asset protection. When you need some Versace's with transitions, come to me. And hopefully everyone else now has gotten the chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.